guys, Nowicki here with another episode of the KNStrongman blog. So some of you may or may not be aware that at Nationals I actually suffered a calf tear and we've been rehabbing that since. A couple of months ago I got one of the Exer-Genie units from Jim Warren. He sent me one of those out to test and try out and just see sort of how we could implement that in the training, and it's been interesting. We didn't really have much chance to play with it before Nationals simply because of the all the training was very very set in stone already, and we didn't really want to play around with things too much. So now that Nationals is done, it's been a sort of perfect time. One, we've not got another big contest in the works for a few months, and then with this calf tear happening, training is sort of taken. So a little bit of a change, and it's also allowed us to play with the Exer-Genie more, just to see how can we implement it into the training to, one, use it as more of a rehab tool, be it for the calf or just in general. So I've got some videos. We've played with it a little bit, very much in a unidirectional or uniplanar directional motion. Be it, we've done forward and back lunges. I'm trying to think, what else did we do? Forward and back lunges. Marches, forward marches, backward marches. We actually played with using a band on there as well, instead of the actual harness. So using the band as a harness, it adds a different element to it, and it's really, I liked it when we did the forward marches with the band, because it actually makes you drive your hips through it harder, so that you're staying more upright. Basically what the band does is that you're fighting the resistance of the band to pull your hips back. So if you can fight that first, keep them in place, and then you drive through with the resistance that the Exer-Genie gives, it actually gives a very different feel than pulling with a sled. So basically, here's the videos right here. First off, very simple forward walking lunge. I like the difference of having that. I mean, you could probably get that with a sled too, but if you've not got a sled, then this is extremely easy to set up. Just very, very simple motion, forward lunge. I like having that extra little bit of resistance just to drive through more. And it almost has you have to drive your hip through that motion more than typical, whereas you might stand up more upright. Well, next up, here is the reverse lunge. Now this sort of caught me off guard. It felt very different to a regular walking lunge. Basically, with a regular reverse walking lunge, the balance is quite centered because you're just using your own body weight. With this one, it just seemed to add a different element to how you stand up upright, finish that motion. And I found that a good few of the reps I was losing my balance simply from that added resistance pulling me forward a little bit. This is something we tried out for the calf, and it worked to an extent. I think it would be actually like when the calf is healed. It's just basically like a truck pull start, but we're doing it with one leg. I tried it with both, and I liked doing the one leg. It just gave me that more power development through the calf, and really targeted that a little bit more. But that's definitely going to be something that's going to be getting added in with the truck pull simulator function of the Exer-Genie when I have a truck pull in a contest. What I'm liking about this is that we could load this very, very heavy in terms of the pounds per resistance that we can load that unit to, and then what it's going to allow us to do is actually overload the start of a truck pull and just simulate, for 50 feet, that dead start that you're going to get with a truck pull. And then next up, we've got the two motions with the band as the harness. So first off, just a regular backwards drag. Again, it's very similar to the forward drag. You actually need to force yourself to sit back more. Just going to correlate over to more like a chain drag. You have to sit back in a chain drag, so you have to sit back in this. I actually really like that motion that you actually forces you into that rather than just walking back as you regularly would. And again, the forward march, really having to drive your hip forward more than in a regular sled drag or even just with the unit by itself without the band. So that's what we tried out so far. There's a lot more coming. Just trying to rack the brains and try and figure out exactly how to implement it in different ways. Obviously, at the same time, I'm sort of limited right now by I can't do any sprint drills. I can't do stuff like that. But I'm intrigued to see. One thing that I definitely want to try is actually link it up for when we do like triple broad jumps and stuff like that, just to see how much that would change it. I think it would actually it would help a lot, especially for an athlete who has to develop that power, that standing, jumping forward power. It's going to be a huge asset to them. Anyway, that's what I got for you right now. Stay tuned for more. There's going to be a lot more coming up. Definitely probably about one a week, one every 10 days. We're going to try and get that out and just try and figure out different ways to use the unit, and be it for recovery, be it for power development or speed development, whatever it may be, that we're going to try and figure out all the uses of this unit from Exer-Genie. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.